Welcome to the 2023 Pysanky Festival in Punxsutawney, PA, hosted by Jeanne Curtis at the Yellow UCC Church in their activity room. Pysanky is the art of decorating eggs that originated in the Ukraine. Today it also helps create friendships and some beautiful art along the way. So let's just dive right in and learn more about the process of creating these beautiful eggs.
So I can just go, you're BD, because you've done it before, and on your eggs, we're going to put that, so you get an okay. Because your whole... You just said grab the card, you didn't say do it correctly. You're good at this, okay? And they're empty. Yeah, so, this is new, huh? Yes, it is new. We're using up my stash. And don't go anywhere near that hole. So when you put your BB in super time and make it up, you go 8 finger space away from that hole. Because we had 4 eggs yesterday that sprung leaks. You get there and I got to the hole and it got with the hot fish. All right, so my design is to stay away from there too. I mean, you can point to it. Okay, you want your eggs from back yesterday. And they are da-da-da-da, and your moms are in here too. Okay. All right? And your card there, make sure that kistka works good on the card first. Okay? Can I get a little bit of brown? Okay. Go ahead and take that down, and I'll get this for you. Just come right over here. Okay. Slip up ahead of you. Take care of that. What color are you in?
Light blue.
Okay, bring your napkin over here. Lay it on top. Lay it on top. You miss your sheet. Pick it up. And see, all this color doesn't go into your napkin yet. All right? Yeah. Okay. Whoa. First of all, we have to put it in the vinegar. And why vinegar? Because the eggshell is really tough and we want to open it up so that it'll I think I have some yellow. Yeah, but somebody's in there. So I like to leave them in as long as I can, and this way it'll stay in. Okay, now I want you to find the biggest egg in the room. It's from an elephant bird. And I'll give you a clue. It's over there on the stage. Okay? Okay, do you ever want yellow? Do you ever want pink?
Yeah. So pink first.
Alright, and I'm not even going to let you go away because pink goes lickety-split.
Oh, yes, wow.
Okay, and she's here, so
I'm in purple, but I'm in purple.
Okay. And if you're too deep of a purple, take a Q-tip and wet it with water and lighten it down. Hi, you know what you're doing. Oh my goodness, guess what? Mom gets a star. And since you've done eggs before, you don't have to write your whole name, just your initials and 23 because you are 23 years old, right? Not quite. Okay, now, because you're in preschool, I know. You're not in preschool. The same preschool. You're in preschool. All right? So you have to write your name, Cal, and 23. All right? Somewhere, anywhere on the edge. All right? And you can have a light brown egg, or you could have a white egg. And can you hand me that tray of white eggs, please? How can I hold everything? Always wrap the napkin. Oh my goodness. Even if I had a bigger baby, I still wouldn't have enough. Alright? Alright, and put everything white if you want. Your name, hold it up, yeah. Everything white, and then come on up and we'll put it into a cup.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Trying to remember your name, I'm sorry.
Right now you're fine,
Tell me your
Crystal.
name. Okay, all right. First you have to have a test.
Okay.
And the test is put your name with the kistka.
Alrighty.
3 times.
Okay.
That way I remember, you remember your name and your phone number.
All right. Sounds
Bring it up.
good.
Now, that's it. You recognize what that is?
Library card?
Yes.
See?
One of my former students. But immediately, if they turn it around, put them with the cup. What I say you do and put them in my card, have them on the cover. So,
Sounds
Can you
perfect.
tell Jeannie worked at the library?
Cameron, did you get a picture of it?
I did, yes, thank
Good
you.
enough?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, all right. I saw it. You're a good idea.
Did I pass the test?
Oh my goodness, Beverly, you did wonderful. I give you half of a star though, because you didn't put your phone number. And if you don't pick up your egg, I have to call you.
Okay,
So
well,
your number is?
Yep, I'll put my phone number.
Go ahead.
I don't know my cell number. My regular house number is 938-6496.
I know. You don't want to say it loud enough, and he'll remember it.
I don't care.
And I don't want kids phone numbers. So there you go.
Okay. Can she have a?
Did she bring her eggs back that she did before?
No, she had it the first time.
It's the first time, and she did three for small one. Do a small one. Okay? All right, Teresa. I thought you did eggs one time somewhere along the way. Okay, and if you did, you don't have it, so yeah. So the first egg we do, you have to do a preschool egg, and you have to write your name, and that helps me remember. You don't have to do your last name, okay? And I didn't do that on yours. Did you bring your eggs back? Okay. Well, you don't get the prize egg that's already divided. So on your egg, you can just put BL on it and 23. All right? Why 23? Because you're only 23 years old, right? No, it's the year. So you
Boy, I
remember what
wish.
year you did. Okay? And do not get anywhere near this hole. This hole has been filled with wax, and if you put your hot kistka near it, it brings a leak, and guess what? The color goes in, and the next time you do your eggs, it starts peeling on you.
Now we're going to showcase some of the beautiful artwork and some of the traditional and non-traditional eggs that were found at the festival. Can you tell me a little bit
I'm
about
a new
it?
artist. I just started in April of last year.
Okay.
And it has totally become my practice. I love it.
Looks
It's
like you're
very
obsessed
zen.
with it. This is great.
I am totally obsessed with it.
I, on the other hand, I only do them from January through the end of March, April, whenever Lent is, and I don't do them at all until the next year.
Oh, but you've got electric ones, so you're.
We all have
Yeah,
electric
we
ones.
mostly all have
Oh,
electric.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
some people are susceptible to the fumes from the candles.
Yeah.
For me, the scented candles and stuff I can't do. So
not very good for you. I always had trouble keeping it warm enough to really smooth on.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
That's what's nice about the electric is you have the consistent temperature, and so your wax flow is,
You still
different.
dip it out, or
No, you just take your wax, and a lot of people use spaghetti wax.
okay,
Just,
then you
the
kind of
wax
can
in.
feed it gently there.
Yeah, you just feed it in, and then it comes out the other end. So.
Very nice. Okay, I hadn't seen those before.
Yeah, those are electric kiskas, and they actually have a class over here where it's teaching people to use
Go
the
right ahead. I
electric.
have 2 spaces here.
Neat. Okay, well, thank you. I won't show your face unless you want me to. And this is with the heating it up. How many years do you think you've been doing this?
Rather, that way you know that it's all going to fit.
15.
All right. So do you have a collection at home?
Actually, they're right there.
Oh. Okay.
I had to take a picture of this one because I thought of Riley right away.
Very nice. You like the blacks a lot. Interesting.
I was going to put some on last night, but I didn't get a chance to.
You're much more delicate than when I do it.
I thought of that as Riley. And then this one.
What are you guys working on over here? Circles and hearts. Yeah.
I said, oh, that's right.
Oh, that's what you're going to try to do. Bless you. That's way more complicated. I love monarchs, though. That reminds me of monarch butterflies.
My grandmother taught me how to make eggs when I was old enough to hold the pencil. This kistka is different than it's a pencil
Yeah.
with a pin in it. And this one is like 50, 55 years old. This pencil,
Oh, wow.
my grandmother made it for me, and it's how I've made my eggs ever since. It's called drop pool. Literally, the words drop pool.
Okay.
You drop the wax and you pull it to make the teardrop shapes.
Okay.
They're not like the straight lines like the other kiskas make, but it's the teardrops. Sometimes you can leave the wax on them. You use a combination of the beeswax and crayon. You can leave it on
crayon?
there.
Okay.
Or you do it like the traditional methods of putting the wax on and taking it off after you put it in dyes. This type of egg is mostly from the Carpathian mountain region.
Aw. Is that where you're from? Family's from?
But yeah, I'm a second generation.
Oh, yeah. That's so neat. Neat.
Grandma taught me with this pencil.
That's beautiful.
To be around people that do this and know this, and some that speak Ukrainian, it's like, it's so cool. So again, I've been doing eggs for like 50, 55 years. If I can make it all right.
Well, I got introduced in high school. One of my classmates was her parents were first generation immigrants, and they did it at their house. So
cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
And we used to do them at Easter because you make them. The more eggs you make, the less evil there is in the world. So you
Is
make
that it?
Ukrainian tradition. Yes.
Excellent.
Ukrainian legend. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
And then you give them away. You give them to your neighbor to ensure that they're going to be friendly to you all year long. You give them to the mailman to make sure you get your mail all year on time. The milkman to make sure you get the fresh milk on time. So my grandmother would make dozens and dozens, and she literally did. The mailman, the milkman, the neighbors, the owner of the store. You put one out in the barn to ensure your animals are going to be healthy and happy the year. So you make as many as you
Just
can.
sharing a little bit of love here and there.
Yes.
Very good tradition. Oh,
And
wow.
now, again, my method, it's a pop can. It's
Okay.
a pop can with the drink part cut off.
Uh-huh.
You make a little chimney, and you use a tea light to get your wax warm. And then you use this little pool of wax, the candle's still in
Okay.
there, to make it, so it's hot, and you just dip your pen in it and make a mark. Dip your pen in it and make a mark.
It's a little more continuous than the other method.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. More continuous, and again, every single time you dip your pencil in the wax, you make one mark. That's it, just one switch.
Just stop and start. And
Yes. So it's a lot of dipping, but you can do it fast. And if your wax is nice and hot, it goes pretty quick. So. And that's how you make all your.
that's neat.
You can make the crosses. You can make the circles. You can make flowers. You can make any shape imaginable. It's
you
crazy
just,
how.
when it runs out, you just stop and then start the next
Yep.
little dip.
And you just try to use every space on your egg or what you're happy with, what you like.
Fill it up and
Every kind of shell I could get my hands on. These are all chicken eggs. Oh, yep, it's just coming in. They come from a farm back home. It's a third generation egg farmer. And seriously, the guy, like if you're there at 9 or 10 in the morning, he's got the wire basket because he picks them up by hand. He grows all the chicken feed in the back. So it's all organic. They're all free-range chickens. He loves his eggs. And you can tell by the shells that they're really strong.
Thicker. Okay.
Yeah. So they're a little easier to work with because you're not going to break it as easy.
Yeah.
When chickens start to lay eggs or when they're done, like this is a chicken egg. It's a chicken. It's that tiny, but it's a chicken egg. It's when they start or end to lay eggs. They call them pullets.
Okay.
This one, again, it's a chicken egg. Even though it's that long, skinny, funky shape,
Yeah.
nobody will buy these. So he would go in and pick them up and throw them out to keep everything clean.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no.
You're right.
Give me the shells. Give me, like this is when you would buy a very good one at that shape.
Kind of a typical, yeah.
Yeah, these are them. It looks like a regular egg. It's the shape of a regular egg. But again, these all came from the same batch of chickens.
Do you blow them before you decorate or after?
I do now.
You
I
do
do
now. Okay.
Because I do such a high volume. I'm so big for our soup kitchen. So I go through.
So you can use them then.
Because every single month I'm going through 5 dozen of eggs at the beginning of the month.
Whoa.
I know. So I'm not going to crack those, and I'm not going to get rid of those shells.
No.
So I can blow those all out and make my desserts for the soup kitchen.
Yep.
And then I have
Lots to work with.
Yeah, 5-6 dozen of eggs every single month.
Do you have the gadget that scrambles it inside?
I do.
Or
I find you don't have to scramble it too much, but yes, I do. And I know Jeanne uses a fish pump, like an aerator fish pump thing.
Oh, really?
And a water pick. But I do it all. Yeah, I still do it. I clean everything, make sure it's all good, and I use the tool to stick in the egg and blow. And it comes out perfectly.
Pretty easy. You get the hang of it after a while.
Yeah.
And some break. You can't help that.
Not often.
No, very good. Very good.
I've broken very few eggs in my life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Something usually very unusual happens if it breaks.
Well, occasionally the eggs aren't really smooth either, which is kind of an odd thing.
Look, when I met this farmer, he's a farmer. He's a chicken farmer, an egg farmer, and I'm like, your shells are beautiful. And he's like, why do you care? But they're smooth, and it depends on what the chicken eats. And again, they're not forced to lay constantly, so the shells are thicker. What they eat makes them smoother.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's many different shades of shells. You saw some of the dark brown.
Yeah.
The light brown. It depends on the chicken. There are blue shells and pink shells.
Blue shells.
Green, different color greens.
I've seen the greens. Those are beautiful. Yeah.
The blues are too. The blues come from a chicken that's not a very friendly chicken. I know, they're nasty chickens. So that's why there's not too many of them, because nobody wants.
They don't want to put up with it.
Right, and they don't want them to bug their other chickens. So.
Oh, they're mean to each other too.
They're mean to everybody. Mean chickens, yeah. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew there was such a thing as a mean chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A mean chicken? Oh, yeah.
I knew the geese were ones that were,
Yeah, chickens too.
Chickens
but they
too.
have beautiful shells, so what are you going to do?
Got to put up with them. Oh, wow.
And you can use any kind of shell, like the goose, quail. Quail are really tiny,
Yeah.
these are big.
Yeah.
The ostrich are enormous.
Yeah, I had one for a short while and tried to break it and really broke it. Like it didn't. I think I should have used a drill on it because it was really hard.
Yeah.
It's nothing like a chicken egg. It was very thick.
My Dremel doesn't leave the kitchen. Because like, what if I need an egg for a recipe or something? I'm not going to crack that. It hurts. It hurts. You get chest pain if you crack it. So I'd use the Dremel and blow out all my eggs.
Okay.
Yeah, and very seldom do I get one with bumps. So if you get a bump one, yeah, you can.
You might as well
crack
just,
that one.
yeah.
When you're in a hurry.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. What you're doing?
Well, we're helping them right now, but we had these books, Ukrainian gift shop, and it's got 24 eggs in each one. So this is this design. It'll take you through the white stage, then you dye it yellow, then it tells you what the lines. You see how it doesn't have these crisscross fishnet. So anything you see in the dark color is what you put with the yellow.
The next stage along the way.
So then you dye it orange. So this part here is going to be orange. And then you do it in the red. Well, red's the final color. You take it off, and that's what you get.
That brings you back to the start.
Brings you back to the start. And so what I did is because these books are fabulous, but this is their index. Design 1, Design 2, Design...
Oh, it needs a name.
Well, it needs a name or a picture, right?
Yeah.
Because what you have to do is you go, oh, here's number 4. Okay. Oh, there's number 5. You have to go through all 24 designs to see, and then you got 6 books.
Right.
So what I did is I went to the Bass Pro Shop, got a tackle box.
Okay, and that matches up with the book.
This matches up with the book. There's 24 eggs.
And you made each one of these?
Yeah, I made all of those.
Oh my goodness.
So this is my visual of, so if somebody wants to come to Pysanky, we get these out, and I'm like, okay, look at, see which one you like. I'm like, oh, book 3, number 9, let's go get the book.
And then you can go right to where it's at.
Plus people can see all the different types of Ukraine, you know, because they're all from different regions, and this Hutzel's more like this kind of style. I mean, so you like this is a Tropilian, so there's just tons of different kinds of stuff.
And the tiny lines.
Yeah, some of them are supposed, like this one is supposed to be done on a bigger egg, but I squeezed it on a chicken egg so I could get in my thing.
Okay.
That
Oh,
was
so
my
it fit
index.
in the, yeah. Oh my.
Like, and this is a different author. Her name's Susan Jones, and she asked a whole bunch of artists, hey, I'm going to make a Pysanky beginner's book, so can you send me easy ones for people to do? So these are easier. You don't have all the lines.
Yeah, not quite. Well, there's still some fine work in there.
Well,
though, too.
this is one easier and works its way up to harder.
Yeah.
But like this one, right? Like this one, got the deer. And this one in the book, I was like, no. But once I did it, I was like, oh, I really like that.
Yeah. I like sometimes less colors.
Yeah, and then like this one's got the butterfly on it.
There, how beautiful.
And then like this one, see they all kind of touch and intertwine.
Almost looks like stained glass.
Or colossal, the jewelry.
Yeah, cloison,
See, I'm from Illinois, so you think. So. But like this one's really cool. It starts with spring, summer, fall, winter.
Oh, nice.
So it's a season, 4 seasons egg.
Yeah.
So
Because you really don't need to hide these for 6 or 9 months of the year. You want to share them all year long.
Oh, I went and got a golf ball. Well, this is one I designed for our Lent classes at home. If you look, it's a division of 3. So you take that, and then you just repeat it over here, repeat it over here, and it gives you flowers all the way around it.
Yeah.
And a cool division. But I went and got golf ball design cases. It holds 25 eggs, and I've got like 7 of them, or 6 of them. So it makes it, people can come. So when I first started, I got them all in a row. And we're from Illinois, and we do Lent classes for 6 weeks. So 1 week, it's a design for the first week, then we'll have a totally different egg the second week. So each week's a different egg. So by the end of it, you got 6 different eggs.
6 different eggs. Okay.
So it was really cool in Ukraine when we went there.
Yeah.
We made our eggs, and we were there for their Easter. We ended up taking our eggs in our basket, and we had it at the church when they're doing all the blessing. because in Ukraine they bless all of theirs.
Okay.
Because you can hang them by your front door to ward out evil. They make them for babies that are going to be born that year, or deaths. Or when they planted their field, they make some to go into their field, and they plant it for a good crop. So they have tons of different, because a lot of symbols means things, and even colors can mean different things.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff to it. So if you see like a line that goes all the way, it's supposed to be for eternity.
Okay.
So I mean, they got a lot of different kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what my sister and I do. We're trying to help people with designs.
Yeah. The place to start is sometimes like, what do I do? And that's
Yeah.
very neat. Well, thank you very much.
Mike.
Yeah. There's so much detail.
Rice paper. Do you know Japanese rice paper?
Yeah.
A rice paper pattern. These patterns come from kimono.
Our suppliers
Really? Oh, neat.
USC started.
Very pretty. I like the ones that have less, like 2 or 3 colors. That they're mine. Yeah. Oh, that's the paper. Oh. So making it, that tape of egg comes off of that piece of paper. Very pretty. Yeah. Very neat. I like it. And this is the one you're working on today?
Yes. That's right.
Yeah. Kind of. Oh, and you draw with pencil the first. Very pretty. Any of your friends do this too? Do any of your friends do it too?
Did you see?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Very nice.
Mind to take a picture with my son? Yeah, like we're.
It won't take a good picture, but we'll
Oh,
try.
yeah,
Hi,
yeah,
nice
yeah.
to see you. Hello,
me-
sir.
Yeah, he's actually there we
Oh,
go.
and you're doing names. Oh,
Yeah, I'm doing names.
that's so delicate.
I'm trying to find like the way to put much more names. What's your name?
Bill.
Bill. Okay. Ну спасибо. Did you take a picture?
It's not as good
Ну
as
ладно, Сонечка, спасибо одно. It is this couple of my dear friends. So
Sure.
with Mayumi, let's do the picture. But Bill is making like I mean it's you and me. Why not?
Okay,
Sure. Like, I mean, picture?
Yes, he
Sure.
take our picture. I speak Russian, she speaks Japanese.
Oh, very pretty. Thank you, guys. Very
Возьмите какой? Yes.
They're so pretty. Nice to see you guys. Very nice.
Straight. I'll do the same thing on the back. And I'm going to go from here to there. And they sort of match up, don't they? And they're supposed to. Like that. Okay? And so that's the step you're ready to do on your ring. You're ready to do the X by going from the center to halfway. And we put a circle on the front so we know where the front is. And we put a circle on the back so we know where the back is. So how do you know what's the front and the back? You just decide. Okay. Just pick. As long as you're not doing front and back right next to each other. That's when things get mixed up. Okay. And you're doing the same egg, right? Yep. Okay. I think we need that box so we can see the white lines.
What are you working on?
I'm working on one of these. I'm just putting the lines on now to get it to go with the pattern.
So a little tape to help the lines. Okay.
Use that to measure
Oh,
the axis.
so that okay.
You bend it up.
And then you
meet
can
it
get
halfway.
1/4, 1/3.
There
Okay.
you go. Like it was explained to me, this is the North Pole, South Pole, and this is the equator.
Yeah.
Being the center of it.
Yeah. Very nice. Is this your name?
No, that's not mine.
No.
I have no
That
idea.
was someone who was a couple of days ago.
Oh, just left it.
She didn't come back.
That's her loss. You're just getting started on this one.
You're good. That's enough. Yes. Yeah. I've done this one before.
That looks like cloison. I don't know how you say it. Cloison almost. That's gorgeous. Yes. Oh wow.
Poisonet.
Cloisonne. Yeah. Very pretty.
This was mine that I did yesterday.
Very pretty. So you covered all that white before you let any color in?
No,
Or is this colored?
I washed it off. I washed off the color of the egg.
Okay. All right.
It's supposed to have a blue background,
Okay.
and I didn't want a blue background. I just wanted a white background.
I think this is better. Yeah, I don't think blue would have made it prettier. Very nice.
And this one I made a mistake on. These are supposed to be petals, and I forgot to fill in so that they're red petals. I just forgot.
That's okay. It looks like you intended for it.
Well, I did.
No, they're gorgeous.
And here's one I did yesterday.
Okay, so it's the same thing I just did
That I found on that tree hanging over there.
Okay.
And so, and I'm not very good,
Oh,
but
I like it. That's pretty. I like the less colors.
I do too. And I
Yeah.
like a more modern design. I don't like the funky designs. They're too busy for me.
Yeah, I agree there.
Do you do it too?
I've done it other years, yeah. But mine are much cruder than what you're doing.
No, mine are pretty crude.
Well, thank you.
So what are you doing now?
We're going to do a little video about it to put on YouTube for the Historical Society in town here. Yeah, trying to get...
I don't tell you no to much.
How many colors are you going to put in yours?
Why are you filming me?
I'm
Go
just
film
doing your
other
hand.
people.
I'm just doing your hand.
I did pink, orange, red. I'm gonna end with blue.
Ooh, okay.
Because this is underwater.
Okay, all
And then
right.
this is the sky, but it's weird.
Nice, though. That's a neat idea. Very
This
good.
happens, yep.
Thank you. After the wax has been applied at multiple levels with coloration, then Jeannie's going to show us how we remove the wax to unveil the egg that we created underneath.
Yeah.
Did you meet Mayumi? Did you talk to anybody else that was here?
Yeah, I talked to a couple people that were here.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you doing it now?
Yeah, just talk and yeah. I'll trim out later what's not so interesting.
Okay, could you hand me that bag of napkins, please?
So these have already been dipped and waxed.
Yeah, and the wax has to be removed. Some of the folks did remove their wax, but they have to be wiped down with lighter fluid to get a white and get any place they missed.
Okay.
So what we're doing is putting a little bit of oil, and I haven't really done this too much, but they say, especially with the more complicated ones, it works to get the wax off. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and I have these all sorted out with their cards that they wrote.
Oh, right, right.
So that I know all the people in that tray are in those cards.
Oh, I knew you had to have a better scheme than I thought of because
And what was your scheme?
it was going to involve them trying to remember what they had brought.
Oh, we tried that.
It doesn't work very good.
Because when they turn in an egg that's all black and they say, you know, I don't remember what color, that the wax is off, the wax is off, wax is off. This one here is not the wax off. And this year, for the first time, we have a lot of traditional patterns because one of the ladies that came, Sue Copenhaver, who was along this well, she had electric kishkas, and she showed the kids and adults, anybody who was interested, in how to divide the egg into quarters and then go from there. So you'll see there's some pretty nice looking ones.
She had some nice ideas on how to do that. I was like watching her and I'm like, again, I didn't think of that.
Well, and that's what's so wonderful about these retreats, these get-togethers, because even the Egg-sperts that were here, ooh, I learned that. I didn't know this, but this was something new. So, so what we're going to do, hopefully it'll work. Oh, I forgot. We're supposed to poke the hole, because otherwise, if you heat it up and it's still sealed,
the pressure could be high enough to cause a problem.
Okay, sorry. Hold up.
Well, you can heat the kishka with the hot gun. You're not looking to make a big amount of heat.
I'm sorry. I read lips, so I don't know what you said.
Oh.
Sorry.
The kishka would heat up with the heat gun fairly easily, too. Not enough?
I don't think.
Okay. Now that's one fancy candle.
It's actually an Amish courting candle. And Dad would set up so much of the candle, and when the candle burnt down, the suitor had to go home.
And if he liked you, you got more tail, and
Yeah.
if he didn't like you, it was really short.
It was real short. You weren't supposed to stay too long.
That's funny.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no.
And most everybody finished what they wanted to do on their egg. We quit rather early on Saturday night because Taras volunteered. I mean, I volunteered him to make us a dinner for all the Egg-sperts while we stayed at the gardener's mansion. So we had to be out of here on time.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's just breaking the hole.
And that'll let the air out when you do warm it up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really need to be sealed for display purposes.
No. Now some people say, "Oh, what if a bug crawls in?" I said, "Well, if you've got bugs in your house and that's going to crawl in, then you might want to seal it."
Oh my!
But I don't seal any of mine, and you saw that.
That'd be your smallest worries if you.
Although
if you've got bugs.
We did have one year somebody really liked doing it, but she didn't like emptying them out. But she said, I can varnish them. I can empty them out. I can. Well, she put them away, and next year she put them out on a nice white table, a little doily type thing.
Uh-huh.
And when she came back to look at them, there was all this little black stuff around, and she yelled at her son and said, What were you doing with my eggs? Nothing, Mom, honest. And she cleaned it all up, and she came back the next day, and guess what?
There was more.
There was more black, and she yelled at the kid, and the kid said, "Honest, Mom." So she broke one open, and it was full of little crawly, tiny. Mm-hmm. So now this one is all white on the dark color. Some people chose to do all white.
Uh-huh.
I think she got carried away with her vision, and realized there wasn't too much room for anything else to. So, and this heat gun is the heat tool, but not a. You can use different ones, but you have to be careful not to get one that's too hot.
Yeah.
But you can see how the wax is melting.
Oh, look how the colors are coming out now.
Oh, she did use more than one color. And just roll it around there until get most of it melted. This is the first year I've really done it this way, because in the past I would always use full eggs and get to see them unveil with the candle. But this year, with the price of eggs being so high, I went ahead and got into my stash of emptied out eggs that we had, and we still have plenty, but there. Oh, she did use white and the light blue, gray, and green, and then the dark color at the end. And PC 2023. I always have them put their initials on so that we know whose egg it is when they come for the Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
So, start another one. And again, just roll it around. And once the eggshell gets hot, and it gets hot a lot quicker on an empty egg than it does on a full egg.
Right, okay.
And they get pretty hot. Oh, what's it look like? The reveal.
The magic.
Okay.
Oh, like a little door and a key.
Ah. I don't know. Some people come up with the most unusual. That's why I love the reveals. And I think this PC is a gal from Du Bois. And Isaiah 22:22.
Ah.
Now I'll have to go look that up because that's not the year. The year's 2023.
2023, yeah.
And so.
Behold, I stand at the door and knock, but that's from the New Testament.
Oh, okay. I don't know my numbers. And sometimes the kids don't do too much on their design. And this is a boy did this one. You see what it is? Football.
Oh, okay.
And lightning. And a little deer.
Uh-huh.
I love it when they do
Try it
my
a
deer.
little bit. Yep.
And the lightning bolts. And a green heart. I don't know why he did a green heart as opposed to a red heart, but he didn't want red. Okay.
Uh-huh.
We try to let them do whatever it is that they want.
Yeah.
And this is another one that's not going to have too much. And the kids are more interested in doing a whole bunch.
Yes, of course.
And if they bring back their eggs from the time before, they get a divided egg. And that's one of the prize eggs. And if they have lots of divided eggs already, since they've been coming multiple years, then I offer them a rhea egg or a goose egg or a quail egg or
Different size or shape.
so. Now this is for Papa and Liam and Carrie and Laya.
That really mostly comes off in the first go.
This will be a real pretty one. Let's put a new coffee filter in. And usually I sit at home and do this while I'm watching a good movie and just concentrate on the egg. I find that if try to do this with a room full of people, you lose your concentration.
Yeah.
And eggs do break.
Yep.
So
I like the mosaics they were making. That was a neat idea.
that was something new. What to do with a broken eggshell, and you filmed some of that?
Yeah, that
Good.
was nice.
All of the crosses went. We still have some birds left, and I went shopping at Michael's to see if they had any crosses left that we could use. Tomorrow I'm going over to the Mahaffey camp, and we'll be doing homeschoolers.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Pretty. Different combinations. Now I left this lit because this is how I used to do them with this, without the oil. Let's see if there's one that has a lot of stuff on there. Again, because these are emptied out eggs, we have to make sure we unplug it. And sometimes it's hard to find the plug. And that was one thing we found. Nope. That we found that maybe we won't want to use this one. Huh. I don't see the plug. And sometimes people try to hide the hole.
Yeah, that's not helpful to you.
Oh, no. And they try to hide their initials, and that's not helpful either.
No.
And then I get frustrated. Are you sure that's not the hole?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. So then, take a clean napkin, because you don't want to put the melted wax back on the egg, because that's what happened with some of these. So.
Okay, so the sooty wax.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's right. I'll go over your shoulder here.
Okay. But I just move it back and forth, until it turns liquidy. Then take and wipe it off. This started out as a brown egg.
Oh, okay.
So the colors are not the primary colors.
They're a little more muted.
And when I'm working on a full egg, I always want to try not to do the whole egg at once. Because if the egg does get hot inside, it'll cook the egg, and that makes it harder to empty out.
Oh, so you don't blow them out
On a
until you're
normal-
all done on that way.
Right.
Okay, all right.
So
So do you blow out all your eggs at home?
we have egg sucking parties. And it's amazing. People are just dying to come to the egg sucking parties
That's too
after
funny.
they've dyed their eggs, because you get to look at each one up close. Now this is BR 23, so that was the hole. And this is so hot that I don't want to
Don't wait anymore,
risk
wait it away.
anything, yeah. But I do happen to have one gal didn't understand that we supplied everything, and she brought her own eggs that she had worked on the design, and I didn't have the heart to tell her that she had to use one of my eggs. No? Where are they? I thought they were right here. Oh, here's another carton. Okay. And these are a little bigger. That's another reason. I like to use the medium-sized eggs, because then when they take them home, they fit in any egg carton that I've been given. But feel how heavy that baby is.
Oh, yeah.
That's still got the egg in it.
Yeah.
And these are the
okay.
only two that have the egg in. So, again, I don't have to unplug the hole. And some people will empty them first before they take the wax off.
Uh-huh.
But here we
Oh,
go.
look at
Here's some pretty
that.
color. But this takes a little longer because you have to heat up the egg that's inside, not just the air.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and this is the part I love, because you get to see each one up close. And when we do the egg sucking party, we sit around the dining room table. I drill the holes. The next person blows air into the egg, which goes to the top of the egg and forces the egg out. Next person fills it with water. Next person fills it with air again. We fill it 3 times with water. And then after everybody goes home, I sit and concentrate and do everyone one more time. And then I varnish them one more time. So the eggs get handled quite a bit.
Yeah, that's... And do you use something to drill a hole with?
Yeah, I have a little Dremel drill and try to make the hole nice and smooth and that. So if you feel that, it's warm.
It's already warm, yeah.
And so
yeah.
I don't want to risk blowing it open. And usually I'll do like 3 eggs at a time.
So they have a little time to cool off in between each stage.
And this gal was a bit of an artist. So she had, okay, but see here how there's color there?
Yeah.
Fading in there. So there might be a crack. So if that's the case, then we have to be super careful, because when we heat this up, it expands the liquid, and it'll, if there's a crack in the shell,
It'll show it real
yeah.
fast.
And you see how it's getting bigger?
Oh, yeah. Bummer.
Do the flower. And this is always the fun part, when somebody has never done an egg before, to see the reveal, but it's usually too crazy in here to do it. This year we were able to have our Egg-sperts help.
Well, I was able to be a little help to somebody. I saw somebody using the candle wax to do the Pysanky, and I'm like, no.
We try to tell them, but there's so much that we tell them that
It's a lot to absorb
Yeah.
at one time.
yeah. So I'll finish doing those later on. And so what else do we have? Lighter fluid. what I'll do is take a clean napkin. I think I'll blow this out.
You don't want to test your ability to jump?
Pardon me?
You're not going to test your ability to jump?
Right, and explode. Yeah, but in fact, I'll put these in here just so they don't roll. And again, I buy the cheapest napkins around. Some people like to use tissues, some people like to use toilet paper, some people like to use paper towels. The cheapest I find. Okay, you see how dirty that is?
Yeah.
And I only do half at a time, so I can keep track.
Uh-huh.
And that's
Oh, look how much dirt and soot.
Soot.
Yeah.
remained. And so it's a lot cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
And once it's varnished, it'll look a lot nicer. And no matter which way you do it, whether it's with the heat gun or the candle, there's always some wax left. Because if you were to magnify an eggshell 50,000 times, it'll actually look like a golf ball. It's got all those little rivets.
Okay.
You can't feel it because they're so minute, but when they're magnified, so the wax will go into those holes. And
Just difficult to get it to come back out again.
yeah,
Oh, but that turned out much brighter already.
yeah, the lighter fluid does magic. So I'll do that with each one of these eggs and try to keep track of where it is I am. And then, because these are all blown out, I won't have to set them on a rack. Normally I have nail boards that I set them on for the first varnishing, and then rotate them all, so there's no little puddles on the nail.
Yeah.
And then the second time I varnish, this way with them already emptied out, I'll do it on bamboo sticks in foam. Just stick them on a post.
Through the little hole.
Through the little hole.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So each time, you know, it is unbelievable how much stuff is still left on them.
Yeah.
And if you have an egg that doesn't have much on it, you can actually
Take the wax
see,
off.
this little girl didn't put it on before it was dyed. And I will not dye an egg unless I see the initials. But we had a helper this year, and she went over to the other side and, oh, I'll put it on in the other color. And you can't really see it, can you? Vaguely it's there.
Yeah. Huh.
But I would have made sure.
It was on the white. Yeah.
Because, oh, well, I was going to do it in the next color. Well, I can't find it in the next color. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll say, oh, I was going to, to cover their tracks. And I'll say, well, I won't dye it if you don't do do it my way.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm looking all decked.
We have so many.
So, and if you're doing them at home, you can do it any which way you want. I lost my kistka, so that has to be, the hole has to be poked. But I love it when a kid says, well, I can't draw, but I could do a football. And I did a nice football. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of, until it evaporates, that gives you an idea what the varnish will look like too.
Yeah. And the varnish I use, there's different ones, different folks use different types. You can't use a water-based varnish because these are watercolors.
Oh, it'll lift it. Oh,
it'll smear it. It'll all blend together.
Oh, yeah.
And so especially if you use a spray, it's beautiful, but it's not what they spent hours putting it together on.
Yeah.
So, so I use a polyurethane and ask to clean up with turpentine, and then it won't lift your design. And now see some of the color is actually coming off, and sometimes that happens with the.
Oh yeah, look how much it changes the red just putting it on.
And the varnish helps.
Yeah.
Now this is when I say, should I do something or not? This gal misunderstood, thought everything had to be white. And she said, we'll put more colors on the next time. So should I put a yellow center in there with a Sharpie? Or should I leave it just as is?
Oh,
So,
okay.
You know, I don't want to ruin anybody's creative design, but she did tell me, we didn't understand. We thought we had to put everything on, you know, that we wanted on it. And, you know, which is fine if it's a white monochrome thing, but yeah.
And some of these are Sharpies.
Some of these are what?
Some of these are Sharpies.
Well, those are the kids. We have a magic lathe that you can battery operated, and it just spins it around. And the varnish will, because of Sharpie, it'll smudge it a smidgen, and it makes for a real nice, softer look.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty neat. And you can tell the younger kids it's a lot harder to do.
Yeah.
But still, it's neat. The drop and pull, this was the first year I ever saw that done.
Right. We had an expert come from Erie to show, and she loves doing them, and she is so quick. But the idea is the pattern, you know, you just drop and pull it away, and just repeat and repeat and repeat. And we had a lot of people trying it. If it's got white wax like that one, you leave the wax on. If you have black wax, then I'm to take the wax off.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I said, how will I know which is what?
Well, yeah. And she said you could use crayons even to do it.
Well, it's a crayon mixture is what the white is.
Oh, okay.
It's
a little thicker than the beeswax would be.
Yeah, and it's colored beeswax. That's what they use to color the beeswax.
Okay. All right.
And so we have one friend that mixes up a whole bunch of different colors, and but then you almost have to use an electric kistka because you don't want the soot getting into the beeswax.
Oh, right, because you're going to leave it on. Yeah, that would be harder to.
In fact, I have a couple eggs over there that I purchased. No, one or two that I did. When you go to these retreats, they often have classes. And I had said from the get-go we weren't going to have classes, that they, you pay $20, $25 to the instructor, and they teach you like in a 2-hour, you know.
A little demo. And
a demo and hands-on, but I didn't want to get involved with all that here. So, boy, look at how black that.
Huh.
You know,
because it didn't look at all
dirty.
No, there didn't look like there was that much remaining.
Okay. She's staying there. I don't. These people on the back of this table are staying there. There's about. I don't know. There's 10 of them. I don't know how many. It's quite a few. And Jeannie's not in a position to talk to you. That's who
I
you
know.
get the info from. But Jeannie actually took care of the hotel expenses for all these people to come, including her. And Jeannie went to the airport and got her.
Oh.
And we'll take her back.
Oh, nice.
It's been incredible.
Yeah.
But she has done Pysanky with all these people at one other time or more other places. So that's how she do them.
Sharing it.
They're actually starting a traveling Pysanky.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's really pretty unique, really.
Makes you feel weird to carry all this because they're so fragile, you know.
Well, and that's why we developed the mosaic
eggs on little pieces of wood, because then we're not losing anything. I just carried the box of broken mosaic eggs up there, but people attach them and you get these cute little ornaments. And a lot of people, there was a cross laying over here, and I still see it. I'll show you. The crosses were real popular. And whoever did this one did an impeccable job.
Oh, nice. Oh, thank
Very
you.
nice job.
Very pretty.
But and that's just broken eggshells. Isn't it beautiful, though?
Yeah.
So, see, this is what I mean. She knows that she can get people to start utilizing what's beautiful and broken can become new again.
Yeah. Very good.
Okay. I don't know if anybody else can help you with anything or not.
Just check around. And you're working on one from a book. Oh. Transferring the pattern, that's not easy.
No, I'm not exactly sure how to get to learn, so I'm going to make it look like that.
You're trying to pick a front on a round object. Very nice. Saw what they did with these previously.
I don't know what this consists of. They didn't say anything about it. They just set it on my table. It's fine. But it looks like a Pysanky egg that might have either gotten broken or they just manipulated it into that part.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
So,
and then with some sort of a resin over it. These are the broken, these are the broken Pysanky eggs that you can see. And
because it happens. It happens.
Oh,
they do break.
Experiences that, for sure.
And then you can put it together to make.
Are you a reporter or just doing this for yourself?
Which one are you working from?
I don't know. I like this top. I'm going to do this top.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to do... I want to do a series of
circumferential circles.
Yes.
There we go.
So I'm looking for different patterns. Like I like this because there's a lot of variety there. I want it to look busy.
Yeah.
And I just finished these two here.
You did those. Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yesterday.
In one day.
Yeah. Well, I was here all day. I was here for 8 hours.
Oh my goodness, 8 or 9 hours. Well, still, oh my goodness, that's a lot to accomplish in
But I
one
want
day.
to do something a little more intricate this time. So I think I'm going to do sometimes like this or like that.
Combinations.
Yeah, a lot of detail.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's beautiful.